All right, guys. So a lot's been going on with the Tiny. It's been really exciting for Clara and I because just now every time we're out there, we're just making big moves, and you can really see an impact from the work that you put into it. Where prior to this point, it was just like really grueling. We were only working, 1 day, 2 days a week on it, and just whenever we could squeeze time. And that's been like one of the biggest obstacles is like we can't even like afford our own time to work on it. But we've come to this point, and we've just been totally saved by so many of our friends who've volunteered their time to help us with this dream and this vision. So yeah, I want to just really emphasize, like, we could not have done this without these guys. Nils Barrett, Bernard Barrett, my sister Tesha Bobrycki, and then Ethan Escobedo came out and helped us out too. And yeah, these guys just totally went above and beyond, and it was amazing. Basically reaching the point where, okay, now we gotta lift this thing up in the air, we gotta frame it, we gotta pick these bents up and put them in. And it's like, yeah, literally Clara and I could not do that by ourselves. Like, we have to have help with that part. Just being able to like humble myself and be like, I need help, and it showed up. And that was the most amazing thing too, is just like we have had friends and family just like jumping on board and totally giving their full effort to help us with this, and it's just been amazing. So I couldn't be more grateful. Our next project is to install the flooring. So our game plan for that is we're going to line this with some flashing, and then we're going to put these 2x3 studs every 16 inches on center, fill it with the styrofoam board that's over there, and then top it off with the plywood last. So that's the game plan. There's going to be a little bit of trailer rewiring I need to do, so we'll see how that goes.
All right, Edwin.
Oh, now the whole world's going to know that I don't know what I'm doing.
He does. Edwin, stop! Oh my god. This is what happens when Edwin's fed up for the day. Oh my god. Whoa! Go touch it. Tango, hello. Hello.
So I've been hashing on a lot of these details with Nils. He's my best friend, and he's just super competent builder. And one of the biggest things that we came up with was welding these metal brackets onto the trailer to where the bents actually fit into the trailer nice and snug. So every one of these brackets that we welded, we had to cut the bottom of the posts accordingly so they fit in, and every post that we set fit in first try, which is like, actually, that doesn't always typically happen with timber framing. Like, typically you put something in, it doesn't fit right, you have to pull it out and like reshape it and refix it to make it fit right. So the fact that all of these fit in just right was like, whoa, like it all just kind of came together, and it was just a huge success. So that was freaking awesome. And then the next thing I got caught up with was the design for this ridge beam in there. And I was worried about, like, what to do for the ridge beam. Like, do we And I guess originally I was just gonna mill up some more cedar. And then the thought came to my head is like, man, what if what if we could have a redwood ridge beam? Because like the ridge beam kind of like draws a lot of attention, right? All the framing kind of like leads up to this one thing, this one piece. And but then I was like, dude, like where are we gonna get a redwood ridge beam? Where are we gonna get that from? But I called a neighbor that works across the street. His name's Ken Mason, and he's like, well, you know, I do have one 12-foot log, and I was like, oh my god, you know, like, do you think it's possible that we could get a ridge beam from you? Like, what would you want to work out for that? And again, like, back to people who help you out and like just being generous. Ken basically says, you and Clara mill up the log for me, get whatever you want out of it as far as the ridge beam goes, the pieces that we needed for the ridge beam, and then everything else in this log, just turn it into 2x4s, because he wanted a bunch of 2x4s redwood, and then he said we're good, which was just like, just such a generous offer. And yeah, so I was like stoked. I was like, oh my god, what are the chances? He has one log, it's ready to go. He like brought it over and everything. The catch was this log was freaking ginormous. It was like the widest part was like 39 inches. Our mill can like handle, like you can like get 32 through the mill, like, but barely. Like you have to use all the tricks for it. And if you get bigger than that, you can manage. And like this one, it was like basically right on the edge of what you could possibly do with this wood miser mill that we use. But it required like literally having to chainsaw a groove through the whole log just so the carriage of the mill could like go across it. And so it was a bear. I think it took us like 2 days just to mill it.
So now we have brought up our ridge beam, and they go right up there.
Once the scarf joints came together, there was the whole ridge beam, and we had to put that up there. Loading it was an absolute bear, trying to get this beam up into the top of the trailer.
It's not good. It's not good. It's mostly good. You're cheating.
We assessed on what our next move was going to be. And that's when we decided, okay, we're going to rush the roof. And it's the end of September right now, so the rains are coming. We want to get this thing shelled in before the rains hit. One thing that was funny with the roof was I was kind of advised to just, keep it simple, like just a straight, gable roof all the way through just one pitch. But I couldn't justify doing that because every tiny house I've seen that have these dormers that come up off the roof, they just look so pretty. And it's like, I've already invested this much time with this whole build, overdoing it by doing a timber frame. So we got our blocks, and we've cut and planed them down to exact 4x4s. And we have 5 of them here. They're each meant for a different beam, and we've cut them to length so we can fit the piece that we're going to carve in each one.
Yep, so it's quite a long process. Won't be probably done for about 3 to 4 days, but here we go.
So I can't justify doing something simple and easy and plain when it's still within my ability to take it up another level. Hey guys, thank you for following us on this project, and thank you for watching this video.
And stay tuned for more to come.